Hello everyone, welcome back to Placement Talk Season 2. I, Pratyusha and Nalini, welcome you all to the episode number 2 where we have our second guest at Subhankar, the TnP of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, famously known as the chocolate boy of our CCD, having the most number of female HRs in his contact list and handling maximum companies visited our campus this year along with Aditya, Nalini, Aditya G, and myself. So, hello Subhankar, welcome to our show.
Yeah,
So, hi
thank you. First of
Shubhankar.
all, hi Nalini. First of all, a very good evening to both of you, Nalini and Patricia, and thank you for such a wonderful introduction. Honestly, I also cannot give such a wonderful introduction about me. Yes, thank you again.
Okay, so let's start, Shubhankar. So, my
Yeah.
very first question, which comes to you, like, how will you define your 3.5 to 3.7 years of NITA?
Okay. So, in short, if I try to define my tenure at NIT Agartala, it was good, it was painful, it was regretful, and if I try to elaborate a little bit year by year, first year I was a bookworm, which I don't recommend to anyone. At the end of first year, I had a mental breakdown, so which took me about 6 months to recover. I think Pratisha knows about this thing in very detail. And so that period of time, life taught me what pain was. After that, I started exploring different things. I started exploring the other fields as well, other fields of career, making different friends, making new connections, exploring my network, making my brand as well, a personal brand, obviously. So that was one thing. So in that part, life was actually transforming a bit. And after that, till now, life is a little bit smooth. I made great friends, great colleagues. Obviously, we'll talk this about in the later part of the video. So in short, this is pretty much about it.
Well done, Shubhankar. Quite an interesting journey. So, over to you, Pratyusha.
Yeah, so Subhankar, I have been knowing you since I joined NIT. So, we both
College.
were in the same section. And I think when I was the CR, I used to talk to everyone, like especially you people, local people, and we used to discuss about many things. Together, we used to do these class bunks and all. So,
Yeah.
while we were in this first year, have you ever thought of becoming an IC or a TNP coordinator? And once you became, what changes you have seen in yourself?
Okay. So when I was in first year, I never thought that our college had such designations where it was given the responsibility to a student to call out companies to handle the drive and all sort of things. I was more of a bookworm. My aim was very clear at that time. I would secure very good marks. I would give GATE. I would crack it. I'd go to IIT. I'd do MTech and all sort of fantasy dreams. But realization hits hard. And after the end of first year, I thought, okay, this was not my domain. So in the first year, no, I did not knew about such things. I came to know only before the end of second year, I would say, just before the starting of the selection of ICs. And when I was part of this team, I was IC, I'm a TNP on a rough journey about 2 years. So one thing that I had seen is that I have developed myself as a person. I have developed personality development skill. I have developed communication skills. I can pursue people a lot, especially the female HRs, as you guys know. I can pursue people. I can handle people nicely. So this was one of the things that I had experienced in being in the placement team. And one small thing that I noticed is that some of us, Pratyusha, Nalini, Meme, Aditya Mani, Aditya ji, we share a special bond. Uh, I have seen that whenever there is any outburst of, let's say, anything about the core branches or any other things, we always share same opinions. So I don't think that there is even a single incident where we don't share the common opinion. We were always on the same page. So this was pretty unique for me, and I hope to continue to cherish this thing forward. And most importantly, we are also in every drive, more than 80 to 90%, we are handling the drives.
Yeah. So with
Yeah,
this,
so that's pretty much.
Shubhankar mentioned a very nice point. Definitely, we all share a same view. Even our team was very nice of this year, the CCD
Yes.
team of TNPs, and we all think of student fraternity. So with this, Shubhankar, I want to move ahead. You have done great internships because I was following you from third year. So I know you have done your internships in IIT and then in some startups. So what was your experience and how did you turn up and prepare for internships? And then you evolved as a IC also. You handled so many things like IC as a TNP. So how did you prepare for all this?
Okay, so before coming to preparation, let's go to that particular timeline. So at the start of third year, I was prepared. I started preparing a lot. I started preparing a lot, not for this uh, academic things, but for the company. What all specific things are required for companies. So I started coding, and to my surprise, there was not a coding culture in the day scholar. Obviously, I was a day scholar. That was the regret of my life, being a day scholar, at least in college. So after that, I prepared very rigorously. To be honest, I prepared very rigorously, 7 to 8 hours grinding day, doing all those stuffs, IC stuffs, handling data, sending data to CCD, all this tiring some things, uh, maintaining my profile on LinkedIn and giving various connections, applying to different companies. And just when everything was over, I think Wipro Accenture came to our college for internship. I did the coding round. My coding questions were solved, but I was not selected in the interviews. But just at the last moment, one professor contacted me on LinkedIn, and her name was Joyce Miki. She was a professor from IIT Gandhinagar. She wanted to offer me an interview round for this internship under the SRIP program, Summer Research Internship Program at IIT Gandhinagar. And there was only one round of interview. The interview was of moderate level, simple coding questions, and I was able to crack it. And the professor was so much impressed with me. I'm not bragging or something, I'm just telling you the reality. She told me that till your graduation, you do this internship under me, and after that, I'll offer you PhD from my side. You don't have to give any gate examination, any MTech. You will come to PhD directly under me under the PMRF scheme, this Prime Minister Research Fellowship. So the dream that I saw in my first year was kind of getting fulfilled there. But I soon understood that this was not my cup of tea. I was into something else. I devoted my time, my energy, my everything to someone else. So then I backed out. I don't know till now whether it was my right decision or wrong decision. I don't think I shared this thing with everyone. And today we are going live about this thing. So this was about the internship, and coming to my current position as a software engineer at InfoEdge. InfoEdge was our day one company. Only one student could crack from our college. So that was it. So I think that proves the capability. And now coming to the preparation, I don't think I can share the technical preparations here. That is the out of scope for this video. But definitely, there are some things that a student must keep in mind. For example, discipline always comes first. If you are not being disciplined, if you are searching for this pretty motivational videos on YouTube from such bhaiyas and gurus, these things will not work. You have to be motivated, you have to be disciplined, you have to be consistent, and that's how things go. I think that's the
Yeah.
answer. You can proceed.
No, yeah, no, like we have seen. Okay, I have one thing to mention here. Subhankar, as he already said, he is the only student who got selected in InfoEdge company, and that company was also handled by Subhankar.
Yes, exactly.
He prepared for his
Yeah.
interviews while he was attending several doubts of various students. I think InfoEdge allowed almost all circuital branches, right, Subhankar?
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
No, I guess only CSE and EC. They
Okay.
told only CSE. I told the HR, if you tell only CSE, I'll not allow this company to come. Then he told,
So
okay, at least EC.
So juniors see how he has convinced an HR to allow one more additional branch. So this should be one of the talent a TNP should have. And
Yeah.
as he said, he prepared for his interviews while he was handling the company itself. And one more thing which we have noticed in you, Subhankar, I would like to share. There were some companies which visited that ask for Java developers only, And the students who have done 10th standard in ICSE, they have some basics of Java knowledge.
Yeah.
And there is some extra talented students like Nalini who has some co-curricular talents and skills. Almost, I guess she knows most of the languages. And Subhankar is the one whom we will be always asking, okay, Subhankar, help us with this Java question, help us in clearing the coding rounds. And after
And
he got
even I remember Shubhankar was the one who helped me also in Java because I know nothing in Java, though I have studied in my school days. But Shubhankar was the one. I told him, I think just in morning, that I need help in Java. And Shubhankar was, yeah, यार तू बस questions भेज दे हो जाएगा सारा. So he prepared to that level from he only told that he didn't have any coding culture, and also his preparation was we have seen from third year to fourth year. So
hmm.
with this,
I'm
Shubhankar,
flattered. My cheeks are paining.
So
okay, with this we move ahead to the next question, which is related to Java only. So you are very good with Java and tech development, other tech developments also. So as a beginner and as a person, you are now in the intermediate phase, I would say, because you're working for an organization. So I really want to know that how you started, like what it comes to go for an industrial language like Java. So what was how you decided on this?
So there is one quote: if you want to start something, start it, and it's 50% done. So that was the quote that I followed. If I assume correctly, I don't think that anyone codes in Java in our college. At least 99% of the student code in C++. So my take was I knew basics of Java from my class 10th and 12th. And after that, when I came to college, I saw that, okay, everyone is coding in C++, so I also need to shift for the same. But there was one take. I knew how to handle the pressure. And I thought, why not? Let's try to be on the against the tide, against the flow. I also knew that if I had some doubt, if I was stuck somewhere, I will not get any help from my fellow friends because they were not on the same pages of mine. So I take this as a challenge. I did everything, and I think that's pretty much worked for me. So if you are trying to start something, learn new something, you don't have to carry a roadmap. You don't have to start from a particular point and you have to end at a particular point. You can start from anywhere, and things will just be in your hand, and things will get sorted out. That's how it works. So that's
So
pretty
for
much about
juniors
learning
and for
everything.
everyone who will see this, remember Shubhankar said when you start, it is 50% done. So take challenges. Pratyusha,
okay,
move ahead.
yeah. So Shubhankar, as you said, you were facing some pressure also while you were preparing. So there are some additional skills which you used to manage, and like along with your academics, we have to improve some of our personal skills, personal development. We should focus on. So, what's your take on this point, especially for the juniors? How they should go ahead with this thing of management?
Yeah. So this is a very nice question, and this thing needs to be addressed very clearly because I also now see as my juniors they are not into personality development. They are quite introverts, and I don't think that this is going to help in the long run. Because if you are into tech world, if you are into management, if you are into consultation, public speaking is something which if you nurture one time, it will continue to give you returns like anything. So this is one thing that students should think about, not only twice, thrice, at least 10 times, and they should continue to nurture it because this is one thing that has helped me a lot. I can pursue people a lot. So if students can get skill into their bag, I don't think that there will be anything that can stop them. And this is one of the things that is happening in mainly in this online COVID situation because there is less face-to-face interaction. There is no interaction at all between the juniors and the seniors. So they are facing this dilemma. They are like a frog in the well situation. We are in the well, we think that this is everything, but this is not the case. Life is very big. They need to understand this thing. So that's it.
Okay, Shubhankar, you mentioned about many things. So let's come to the interesting part. As me and Pratyusha were part of the CCD, and we have seen that you have a very charismatic personality with female HRs. So how you have this? Like how you can pursue females so well? Because many boys and many female thinks that the women are the most toughest part to understand. So how you deal with, especially with female HR, when they are so angry and they bash like anything. So how did you do this?
Okay, so actually there is no something like secret potion or some secret formula that I use. Everything just falls into its place. But one thing I noticed that whenever I'm having a conversation with any of the female HR, I tend to understand their mood swings and I tend to keep the conversation in this flow so that they don't get angry. At least in most of the situation. Obviously, there were some situation where the HR was very angry, but at the next point in time, the HR was agreeing very diligent with me. So this was one thing, and pursuing always helps. She can tell you no one time, two time, three time. At the 100th time, she will say you yes. So this helps. So this was one thing that I followed while pursuing female HR. I guess in my companies, excluding two, every company HR was female.
Yeah. So, I guess Shubhankar, you become very famous when you were handling this company Paytm,
ATM.
and we all people were. I don't know.
Even
I
he
think.
got offer from shadi.com HR. Like शादी का ऑफर नहीं आया था जॉब का आया था पर आया था.
हाँ.
And
और
to
वो भी
mention very
direct.
precisely, shadi.com is from People's Group. तो सोच ही लो.
हाँ. And I think आदित्य जी, आदित्य तिवारी, ये सब लोग एंड शुभम भैया, ये सब लोग एकदम, आई गेस नलिनी जेलस फील कर रहे थे जब शुभंकर पेटीएम हैंडल कर रहा था. तो शुभंकर, वी वांट यू टू शेयर योर एक्सपीरियंस, हाउ यू हैंडल्ड पेटीएम. ऑल्दो इन
Yeah.
पेटीएम आई वाज देयर, डोंट फॉरगेट टू मेंशन मी.
Yeah, yes, sure, sure. Let's start from the very start, from the bitter experience. I still remember 2021 March after our midterm. I called one of the HR of Paytm. Obviously, it was not that HR. He was a male HR, and he gave me reference of that female HR. Let's not take her name here. So I called her. She told me, okay, we have NIT Agartala in our list. We will come in August first week, and you contact us in the last week of July. She told me clearly. I don't have the call recording. She told me clearly, you contact us in the last week of July. So okay, our placement session started at July 10th. The first company was comprised. So okay, I will send her the JNF and all those things in the last week. I heard that she called our vice chairman sir, and she told that last year we were your day zero company and now we were not even called. What type of scenario is this? And he, without knowing anything, he assigned the company to Pratyusha. Pratyusha called me and told me about the situation. I told Aditya Mani about the situation, and everyone was like, "Arey, yaar, I contacted her. We have had a formal conversation. We have had everything. How can she forget me?" So I texted her on WhatsApp, and to my surprise, she ignored all my messages. Obviously, thankfully, she did not block me. She used to see my message and simply ignore. And after that, I called her. She did not receive my call, I think, for 1 week. After that, Pratyusha told that, Madam, there is one boy, he is calling you. You have to receive the call. He will handle the company. So after that, she received my call, and pursuing power came into action. So I convinced her that, Madam, I'll handle this company. You leave everything, and I'll give you all this data and all those things. Then after that, she melted. Her heart melted, and at last she texted me, "Chill, buddy." So from being her enemy, I became her buddy. Chill, buddy, she told. Fast forward to the drive, I still remember that Paytm has given very high offers in terms of CTC to other colleges in our neighboring or sister NITs. But in our college, the package was only 9 LPA. So I thought to again pursue her in this situation. I called her, Madam, Paytm is our dream company. We will give you 100% joining. Every student is very much interested in joining Paytm. They are preparing rigorously. I have seen students, they are sitting together, they are going through Geeks for Geeks interview experience. They want to work for your organization. She was very happy. She was happy like anything. As an HR, okay, we are getting so many good students like in the month of August and July. This is very good. After that, I told Madam, but there is one problem. we have seen that the package that is offered is less. But in our sister NITs, it is offered 15 LP and all those things. So why is this thing? Why is this thing happening to our campus? She told me, okay, Shubhankar, I'll just see. Within half an hour, she dropped a mail to me and Pratyusha. Package has been revised. It is 16 LP now. I was like anything. I still remember I called Pratyusha regarding this, and we were both happy. Obviously, for the students, not for us. We were not eligible in this drive. We did not do anything for us. We did for the students itself.
And
So this was
most of the things you yourself only handled. I should like the students selected in Paytm should thank Subhankar for the revised CTC.
that we can divide among ourselves. No worries. So that was one of the experiences with Paytm HR. Fast forward, we have had Shadi.com. Shadi.com was initially assigned to Nalini. Then Nalini gave this company to me. And I don't know I just gave her the HR, I just gave the HR a LinkedIn request. She went through my LinkedIn profile and she called me one fine day. Shubhankar, I see that you have not applied to our company. I told, no, madam, I have already offer in my hand. So I am not eligible to apply. She told me, okay, we can keep things unofficial. What is your current CTC? So I told, at that time, my current CTC was 12.5 before the revision. And I know that Shadi.com was offering 10 LPA. So she told, okay, you don't have to give any sort of interviews and all those things. You can come and join us. So I was like, how is this thing happening? बोलते हैं ना ऊपर वाला जब भी देता देता छप्पर फाड़ के.
Nalini,
अच्छा है वो अच्छा है वो शादी का ऑफर नहीं दी ऑफर थी
I told her, no, madam, you are embarrassing me. How can this happen? She told, oh, your offer is 12.5, right? We will also give you the same. Come and join us. So after a lot, she also understood that things were getting quite unethical. Then she understood, okay, we dropped off. So this was one without without anything, without getting any coding test, interviews or all, I got the offer. She was ready. She was ready to give the offer any day. And another company that I had a unique experience was with Geo. Last year, Geo did some blunder in our college, so they were not able. So they have decided that NIT Agartala is not in our campus list. I remember I called the HR nearly 20 times in a day for 3 to 4 days. After that, she received my call. Obviously, not to disclose her name here. After that, she agreed. Okay, Geo will be coming to your college. And if I tell you, I could only give them 20 students for that drive. So this will be very insulting thing to the company. If you go to a college and the college will give you 20 students for that drive, what will be your reaction? So she again called me and bashed me for 10 to 20 minutes. I tried to convince her, madam, these are the best students. They are very much interested. Geo is their dream organization. All sort of things. And after that, to my utter surprise,
he's repeating the same kind of lie from Paytm.
his name
लोग तो अलग-अलग है ना, किसी को क्या ही पता चलेगा. So this is the technique, ninja technique. You have to understand to the HRs. You have to pursue them like this. So after that, to my surprise, out of 20 students, 10 students are selected for this role in Geo. So that was Geo that came one time. After that, I saw that Geo came to NIT HR for another role, R&D engineer. I called the HR that, madam, you came to our college for one role, but the other role is missing. She told, okay, we can come again. They again came. I think 3 students are selected. So that was 2 times. After that, again once HR called me, not called me directly. He approached me on LinkedIn. I told that I'm already in contact with another HR. So they were having another role. So that role also Geo came. That is 3 times. And just today I have received their mail that they are ready to hire for another role. So this will be one company 4 times they are coming.
I think that is the talent of Subhankar.
Actually, me and Pratyusha will agree to this part that being from an introvert, he said this thing that it is very important for you to look for personalities also. So basically, his experiences are because of this only, the kind of personality which he has developed. So Shubhankar, with this, we move
Nalini,
ahead.
1 second. We have one question in
I don't think you. Yeah, you can speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, how to keep high while coding? We often do competitive programming, 3 to 4 questions a day. Is it enough for third year? But after doing this, we feel overwhelmed, like we have done enough for that day. So, and then we do nothing in the rest time.
Okay. For don't compare competitive programming and data structures and algorithms. I was not into CP any day, but I did very good amount of DSA. And just to say, I am all India rank 66 in GFG and Institute rank 2 coder. So you cannot compare yourself doing 3 to 4 questions and you feel like it's enough. You will feel enough when it's enough. Let me just explain this thing. You are practicing some old topic, you are very proficient in that, you did 30 questions a day. This is not any achievement. You practice 2 to 3 topics a day, they are new topics, they are hard topics. That is your achievement. You are always strong in your strong section. This is not an achievement. You have to work on your weaker sections. So that is the basic essence of coding. Because in coding rounds, questions can be from anywhere. It can be mathematical, algorithmic, data structure, implementation, anything they can ask. So if you are strong in one part, you are just reducing your probability of getting selected. So that's my take.
So basically, you want to say foundation is need to be very strong.
Yeah.
So, with this, I move ahead. I have seen you as a very chill pill person and a very grounded person and a very calm person. Like we can hear also, we can see that. So, what is the personality or what is the trait which makes you so grounded and so helpful to others? Because of TNP, you are. This is the only reason.
No, no. Let me just explain this thing. I think you will get this thing better. First of all, coming to this thing, calm and chill. As a TNP, as a student, I am very much burdened with responsibilities. Obviously, I volunteered this thing, so I cannot ignore all these things. But we have to understand that if we keep on thinking to our responsibilities, we will get overburdened. And this is not something that is appreciated for your mental health. So I try to take a chill pill, prioritize your things, do your time management well, and things will eventually fall into its place. So that was my take for being a chill person, as you have might seen. And for being calm, it I don't think that there is anything that you gain from being arrogant, at least unless being the center of attraction for a small period of time, which if I try to be arrogant, what I end up doing is at the later period of time I end up regretting the same thing why I was arrogant. I always try to keep it this way. Let's say if I'm shouting on other person, if I was in that person's position, what I would have felt. So this was my case. So that's why I don't try to be arrogant. Obviously I'm human, my eyes are also filled with blood. So sometimes it happens. If it happens with anybody, I'm really sorry. But at least for 90% of the time I try to be calm and helpful in the situation. And obviously TNP role taught us this thing, right? We have had very silly doubts coming from companies. Not only silly, we can call it complete useless doubts. So this was my take. And for being grounded, you can see there is one saying na, kismat and waqt kabhi bhi badal sakta hai. So there is nothing that you can take pride of. Time can change anytime. There is God looking at you, and He can change things like within the fraction of a second. So I'd like to be grounded, at least for now.
नलिनी, डिड यू नोटिस वन थिंग? शुभंकर आज सही से मुहावरा पढ़ा, मतलब मुहावरा सही बोला है.
Exactly. He has a habit of always stating muhavres and quotations. I think he loved that because he's a good reader. He reads so many books, and we always have this discussion of books. So yeah,
Me and Nalini
appreciable,
always help.
Pratisha.
So, Subhankar, we have one more question from junior side, that they wanted to know some study resources from where they can start doing the coding preparation for the upcoming placements and internship.
So for I think if you are referring to coding, then I can assume that you are starting with C++. So for C++, there are many YouTubers out there. The one I would recommend you to follow is Striver. The name of his channel is Take You Forward. You can go there. There are plenty of videos right from the starting. And if you are at the very ground level, you don't know what is the syntax of writing a program, start from Sumit Malik's channel. I think the channel is name is Pep Coding. I personally followed this channel. It helps you thinking from the very ground level, starting from developing the intuition so that you can solve more and more problems. So this was about the resources, and the rest thing is practice. It is like maths.
Aditya,
The more you practice,
Aditya ji is saying to start, first have a breakup.
I think he's referring to me.
Don't worry,
I don't
Aditya
know.
ji is also experienced person in this.
Yes, I think he is also. I don't think. I'm sure he has experienced this thing. That's why he is telling out of his experience. Sahi and Aditya.
Nalini, over to you.
Okay, so with this, I want to move ahead. We have seen that mostly people are like, even now, also juniors are focusing on coding, on studying, and these things. Okay, it is good, but nobody is asking or just seeing. Maybe they will admire your personality and they'll think that भैया तो TNP है इसलिए इनकी personality अच्छी है. But what is your take? Because you have experienced it from being an introvert to being an extrovert and developing your personality. So, what is your take? Like, how much they should focus on this also while preparing for placement?
Yeah, so I can personally relate to this question. Just for instance, I want to tell the audience that in first year, I don't think I have attended any of the events that happened in our college. No one would find me. I'd come to college, section D, first bench, do all classes, make all notes, go to home, study, sleep, repeat. All this thing. But this is a very, very, very bogus thing to do. At least in college, you have to experience all the things, and being a part of your culture, being a part of this all these cultural events, this technical fest, this builds your memories for life, and these memories you will continue to cherish throughout your life. If you miss out like me, I had missed out, I don't have any memories to cherish, at least in first year. So I don't want any of the students to miss this thing. And if you go and participate into these events, you will automatically nurture your personality development skills, and that way it always helps. There is no hard and fast rule or divide and partial rule that you will go to some of the counselor, they will help you in attaining this personal development skills. There is nothing like that. I'm sorry
शुभंकर,
for the noise out there.
हम समझ सकते हैं तुम्हारा. There is one question: how to be good in conversation skills? I mean, sometimes we know the answer but could not express our thoughts in face-to-face conversation.
This
Even
happens due
I,
to stage fright.
yeah, even when I started, like Shubhankar तो बहुत जल्दी सीख गया. I have started like in 3 standard, and that time I was very scared with stage and everything. And so, yeah, this is the common issue. I think Shubhankar, you should address it. Like
Yeah,
sometimes
so
we
this
know
is,
the answer, but we can't say it.
yes, but we start stammering. I have experienced this thing with the Shivam Kumar. This thing is commonly known as stage fright. You start going to the stage and your legs start shaking. You go face to face on someone who is elder than you, who is senior than you, and you cannot just communicate. You can't just communicate. So what I try to do is take a deep breath. 1 second में कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा भाई. Take a deep breath and then you will feel a lot more relief. And there is one scientific reason for it. I went through some of the articles and they thought that whenever you are in a stage fright situation, fight or flight situation, the oxygen that goes to your brain reduces. Obviously, our brain needs 20% of our oxygen for its functionality, but it decreases at that time. So if you take oxygen for 1 second, hold it in there, and then throw it out. So this immediately restores. So this
Okay,
was one
even
thing that I
yeah, and even one more thing, I think if our legs are shaking or if we are feeling nervous, it is no awkward situation if your audience is seeing this. वो भी कभी ना कभी ये चीज experience किए होंगे. So it's very nice to address it. मतलब first come with the fear. बोलना शुरू करो. अगर कांपना हो रहा है या फिर you are feeling nervous, कोई बात नहीं. It's okay. Everyone will understand. Everyone will adjust. I remember a quote over here: "Be the way you are, and people will adjust it."
yes, and don't ever develop that understanding or that mentality that people will judge you. It's their work. Let's leave it to them. don't let anyone judge you in your life. So this I am taking because in the first year I used to judge everyone. I used to think, okay, इस लड़की का उसके साथ है, इस लड़की का उसके साथ. I used to judge everyone. Let's be brutally honest about it. But now, after reading and all those things, after experiencing life for the past few years, past few couple of years, I understood that judging people is the bogus thing that you can do. It affects your mental health. You are just basically wasting your time, and you should not give anyone the key so that they can judge you. And if you don't give someone this access, no one can judge you. Believe me, no one can judge you. This was one take a deep breath and speak it out.
And Shubhankar, I think somebody has a question for you. भैया कैसे गर्लफ्रेंड और प्लेसमेंट को हैंडल करें एक साथ? गर्लफ्रेंड प्लेसमेंट प्लस फीमेल एचआर.
देखो भाई, ऐसा कोई फर्स्ट एंड हार्ड रूल नहीं है. If you have girlfriend, first of all, I think that it is very hard to maintain a girlfriend, college, study, and being a TnP. So you can only imagine. You will get calls right at night, 1 p.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m. regarding something. So that this is out of this conversation, I guess. If you have someone, a special person in your life, girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever it might be, that person should understand you. That person should know that whether you are doing something, you are doing it for your own good. You should be in a relationship only to express yourself and only to develop yourself as a person. Not that you two are gossiping for hours and hours and you end up wasting your life, and after 3 to 4 months you have had a breakup, you end up wasting your time, and these 3 to 4 months are out of your life. So this is a bogus thing. Try to be mature. You are not teenagers anymore. So if you are having a serious relationship, nurture it and make sure that your partner or your special person have same ideologies as you. He has same career goals, she has same career goals, same ideologies, so that you can coincide at some point. You should not have any argument. And there is one saying, if a person has to stay, even if there are 1000 reasons not to stay, that person will find that one reason to stay and he or she will stay. So don't cry over it that उसने छोड़ दिया, काट दिया.
मेरे को लगता है यहाँ आधे लोगों की ये प्रॉब्लम है कि वो सिंगल क्यों है, राधा सिंगल क्यों.
Single life भी अच्छा है भाई. If you are busy with something, na, if you are busy with something you love, you are busy with your work, these things don't matter. If you are in a relationship, these things are superficial. People think that you will look cool, but at the end of the day, these things don't matter. People understand this. After it's too late, people understand this.
Once you join corporate, you will not get time for anything.
Yeah.
खत्म.
तब लगेगा भाई, sleep is the most important thing in life. Rest everything you can compromise, but not with sleep.
True. We have literally asked you many questions, and so at the end we would like to know any particular experience, Shubhankar, you want to share, which you will be remembering in your life with especially Nalini, me. Aditya ji will obviously come with it without any.
Yes, Aditya ji and Aditya Mani are there. Special mentions to them. They are not in this meeting, but obviously
I think this time Anik also wants the frame. So Anik is also continuously active. So Anik also wants the frame. Yes.
Anik, Lima, and our close friend Tamalika.
Yes. They are also there.
This I need to mention. Whenever we have a discussion in TnP group, there is always these prime people, and one more is Shubham Bhaiya.
Yes. They are always there. We were always in the group, chit-chatting about everything.
Crying over everything, cribbing over everything. We are always cribbing.
I still remember the incident of Deloitte.
I think Pratyusha will keep mentioning this till this whole placement session that I have texted in a wrong group.
And उसमें ये था कि शुभंकर को हमने ग्रुप में ऐड नहीं किया था और ये रो रहा था कि मुझे ऐड कर दो.
I remember Deloitte. मैंने सोचा कि Deloitte का शायद ग्रुप नहीं बना होता तो मैं तो रहता.
और ये मैसेज मैं HR ग्रुप में डाल रही थी, शुभंकर को ऐड करो.
So that was like मतलब, how did I got missed, yaar? Then I think I texted Nalini, or I think Pratyusha. I don't remember exactly to whom I texted. And after that, I was
सबको ही कर दिया तुमने.
Why that was the
और
experience.
I would mention one very nice thing about us. Like we are staying at home from 2020, from 16th March 2020, with a 30 days holiday we thought of. But we have so much memories, and now we are doing this session. So let's very good appraisal to us because we have made stories in pandemic also.
Yeah.
Hope to meet you guys soon. One thing was that I have not met anyone physically except Aditya, Pratyusha. I guess these are the only two people whom I know personally. And
Yeah.
rest I don't know anyone. Only virtually over calls and all those things.
So
Why
Uh-huh.
first year का regret not socializing
यार
friendly.
जितने फर्स्ट ईयर वाले बी अवेयर बी अवेयर.
हाँ, और
ये
हम लोग भी देख रहे हैं ना फर्स्ट ईयर वालों के आपस में ज्यादा बात और वो इंटरेक्शन नहीं हो रहा है, तो तुम लोग ये गलती, मतलब हम लोग के पास ऑप्शन था फिर भी नहीं किया, अभी रिग्रेट कर रहे हैं, तो तुम लोग ये चीज रिपीट मत करो. एंड आई थिंक
हाँ,
दैट्स द लाइक द क्लब्स आर गिविंग यू ए प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर गेटिंग रीड ऑफ दिस इंट्रोवर्टनेस in yourself.
because we also connected through CCD only, na. So that is
हाँ.
also a kind of club only. You can
Yeah,
say not
Aditya
club.
ji is giving his opinion on everything.
वो भी आएगा, उसका भी दिन आने दो.
Hot seat pe.
Uh-huh. So, Nalini, would you like to share any experience, or should we just end up our today's
I want
episode?
to share a experience with Shubhankar. In last episode also we did this. So I was not knowing this guy. I was like, यार ECE department तो किसी को नहीं जानते, because I was not knowing anyone. I know Aditya ji because me and Aditya ji was sitting on same stage for first time in debate competition. So we will discuss in Aditya ji's session about this. But I didn't know Shubhankar, and I didn't know. So I thought, yaar, how we will interact, how we will communicate, it will be very difficult, how he is. But every time I saw him very supportive, very humorous, very chilled, and very grounded. So that's why you can see in our questions also, we have inputted all these points. And I must say, even in pandemic also, he also tried his level best to maintain a relationship, and we also tried a level best. So yes. And yeah, Shubhankar is that back to go to person. Like if any drive is getting ऐसे ऐसे, Shubhankar कर दे, please कर दे यार, कर दे कर दे.
हाँ,
So this
and
is
जवाहर सर का फेवरेट कैंडिडेट भी तो है.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं भाई, बस काम
this is
से मतलब है
sarcasm.
उनका.
This is a high sarcasm.
अच्छा, sarcasm था ना भाई. Because I have felt a lot with this NOC thing taken to my shoulder from
I
October
should
till now.
mention this. The NOC thing, because I was मतलब everyone was like इसको बस जाकर के मेल डाल दो, बाकी इसको झेलना है, इसको गालियाँ खानी है, कि why it is always in the process. Yeah.
इसके बारे में मत पूछो यार, पूरे कॉलेज का NOC था, लेकिन बहुत. I
One tip
myself
for
went to the
juniors:
college.
if you be the TnP, always take Subhankar's duty of bringing NOC.
I hope from next year it gets a little bit streamlined, not the thing that we are handling like this. It goes to the department, it goes to the dean, and all those
A
usual.
tedious process.
Yeah, this was the first time, so like
Yeah, it
we
was quite tedious.
faced
But
difficulties.
from second time, it will become smooth. Yeah.
Uh,
Let's hope so, and let's see if we
Yes.
understand.
So we had
so,
a great session, and we blabber a
Yes.
lot for the last 43 minutes.
true, and there are many more stories we can share in common, and we can plan up at the end of these whole placement talks season 2. We can have a common talk where all our TNPs are there, and we can share together interests, likes,
Yes.
dislikes, experiences, memories. And so this is just the end of our episode number 2. We will be meeting soon with our third guest in coming days. And till then, please stay tuned to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Please.
And keep guessing the third guest. We need to know who is the Thursday. So put your guesses.
I think they have
Until then,
already.
Shubhankar, all
We
the
have already
best.
given them enough hints. They should be able to guess what the threat is.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Until then,
Thank you,
Shubhankar, all
Pratyusha
the
and
best.
Lily, for having me. Yeah. Thank you, both of you.
So, चलो चलते हैं. टाटा.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.